Good morning, Mystery Babylon. This is your daily reminder to keep the Ten Commandments, to eat clean and fulfill the royal law. God, the creator of heaven and earth and everything in it, desires to be in covenant with everyone. But a covenant's a two-way street. You just can't believe and accept and yada 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 and get salvation or have salvation. And by the way, he who endures to the end shall be saved. So nobody's truly saved until the end. And only if we endured. And by enduring, that means we're supposed to be fulfilling our end of the bargain. You know, like I said, a covenant's a two-way street. It's a marriage. You're expected to keep the Ten Commandments, to eat clean, and fulfill the royal law, which means to tell others to do the same. So, okay, what are the covenants of promise Paul mentions and Paul talks about? Covenants of promise. There's two covenants that are going on right now. The Noahic covenant, where we're supposed to be eating clean, and the other covenant is the one that Yeshua, the Messiah, came to refresh, and that's the Ten Commandments. The 613 laws were only added after the Israelites transgressed the covenant that they agreed to. You see, at Horeb, they verbally agreed to the covenant. And that's where the life-giving waters at Horeb, the rock at Horeb, where Moses struck the rock and it split and water gushed out, those were the life-saving waters. That's the waters springing up that Yeshua promised. So Paul talks about covenants of promise. You know, it's all over the book in the New Testament. Yeshua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. You know, what must I do to be saved? Keep the commandments. There's all sorts of entries that tell you that we're supposed to be keeping the commandments. There's, you know, God's the same yesterday, today, and forever. If he was a God of covenants way back when, he made a covenant, and he's going to be wanting a covenant with us, and we have to hold up our end of the bargain. You know, you got to think, you know, there is a standard for righteousness. And people like Noah and Abraham and John's father and mother, Zacharias and Elizabeth. If you read their account in Luke 1, it says they were righteous in all the statutes and ordinances. You got to wake up, people. And the other thing that you got to stop doing is Christmas and Easter. There's absolutely nothing to do with God in either one of those. In fact, if you do any amount of research, Christmas has been going on since way before the Messiah came to the earth. Saturnalia, passing your children through the fire of Molech. You know, Jeremiah 10 talks about it. Don't cut a tree out of the forest and deck it with silver and gold and bring it in your house. It's idolatry. Wake up, people. Repent. The end is near. Repent or perish.